Many of you women remain in marriage just for status sake. You just want to be called married. You are perpetually sad, depressed because you decide to stay in a toxic relationship. Sometimes it is the little things that you ignore, that you consider irrelevant, that bring solution. But most times you refuse to learn, you refuse to listen to word of wisdom. Most times when I listen to women having problems in their marriages, I see that they tend to heap all the blames on their husbands. Then it occurs to me that women like this have not learned enough. There are a lot of mistakes that you make as a woman that you don't consider mistakes. So you stay in a marriage, but a broken home is better than yours. Because if there's no love, if there's no happiness, if there's no companionship in your marriage, then you are not in any way better than the divorced folks. Good day, everybody. This is Opeyemi Adeosun again, and I'm here to continue on the topic I started on how married women can bring a bit of stability in their marriage. I discovered that there's more that women can do than men. Even though women may be emotional, but they can also use the emotion to their advantage. The emotion can be their strength. And I still wonder why men do not understand this game. That these women we are talking about, that some refer to as weaker vessel, are also the most dangerous. You don't joke with something or someone that can destroy your life. I still wonder how some men have the guts to maltreat their wives. A woman that can kill you slowly without anyone knowing. But God forbid that we have such women around us. So I will go straight to the point, and my point is how you as a woman can stop unpleasantness and can bring an end to unhappiness in your life. Because if you are happy in marriage, you are likely to be happy in other areas of life. In 2016, I heard about this family, this man who was doing very well. In fact, as at that time, he just paid for a house of like 90 million naira. But things happened. In 2016, his business started going down, and he went down so badly that he could not afford the school fees of his children. That's like about almost 1 million per term. And the wife insisted that the children should not change school. She was much concerned about what the neighbor would say. At least the neighbor's children are still attending the same school. But the husband explained to her that things are bad now. We need to change our children's school. She said no. All these conversations were happening during the long vacation. A week or thereabout before school resumed. The man went to work, and one day he came back very early, around 1 p.m. He was restless. The wife was asking, what's happening now? I come and eat. He couldn't eat. The wife, we ask questions, he would just do and it was around 11 p.m. He wasn't feeling well, and the wife had to call on the neighbors to help. They rushed him to the hospital, and the doctor had to let the wife know that the husband was going. The close friend of the family who was telling us the story mentioned that he called out the wife and explained to her that she is the one who wanted to kill the husband. You need to learn to adjust immediately. Otherwise, you may think that the man is fit enough to do it, but you are killing your man gradually. That is why we have more widows than widowers. Men have most times die in silence. Please, if you are yet to subscribe to my channel, please click on the subscribe button now, and also the bell, the notification bell. Secondly, I know that some men are so difficult and unfriendly. Some men are absolutely unromantic, especially in Africa. In fact, there was someone who was telling me that he can never allow his wife to touch his head. That is rude. And I wonder, is your wife not your friend? This is a young guy like me. And I remember one of my neighbors who asked such a husband. Very difficult man, very unromantic. Just the kind of guy that just drops money, and the only time he touches the wife is just when they are in bed, when he wants to have sex with her. So I told the wife, that's your husband's nature. You never can tell where he's coming from, his background, his past experiences. So what you will do is, when he comes back, since you hardly talk, hold his hands, try to cut his nails while he's watching TV. That was exactly what she did. The husband came home that evening. After having dinner, he sat down as usual to watch the TV. And she held his hand. She said the husband initially pushed back, wanted to resist, but she smiled and she told him she just wanted to cut his nails. And in the process, the husband allowed, and she was gisting gradually. This was very unusual for them. And she said after cutting his fingernails, she went ahead and sat down in between his legs and was massaging his feet, and the husband relaxed. She was surprised, as at that time they had been married for years, and I tell you, since then she started repeating similar process, and then things started improving. There's an African proverb that says it takes a kind and patient individual to pluck the mustache of a lion. You have to understand your man. Men don't behave the same way. Don't compare another man with your husband. Do certain things that are unusual and simple without your husband asking. This is for you to use your initiative. There was another lady at a time who was telling me she likes my beards, and I know that her husband also likes beards. I asked her when last she touched her husband's beards, and she couldn't remember. It's been a long time. Please, as much as possible, women, use your palm. Touch your husband's beards. Touch him, touch his shoulder, touch his chest. And I am not talking about this happening in bed. Those little things trigger a lot of affection. It triggers a lot of things in men especially. A man that is forgetting you can start remembering you. The touches are important. Be intentional about them. You may say that, oh, whenever I touch him, he's always ready for sex. But this is not about sex. That's why I'm saying do not do it only in bed. I know that women need reasons to have sex, but men only need a place. And this takes me to my next point. I know that a lot of women have reduction in libido. That's sexual urge. I do not expect your libido to be as high as that of your husband, but things can be worked out. If your husband is not touching you, and you are not sick, he is not sick, he's not trying to make love to you, and you are happy that my husband doesn't disturb me. Oh, he understands that I don't like sex that much. I'm telling you, someone is helping you outside. And you should package a gift and go and give it to that side chick that is making your husband happy. Men can hardly do without sex. Now, it takes the man with understanding to also put the wife in the mood. But I am telling you now that you can also work on yourself to improve your libido. The way to improve some of these things is you can do exercise regularly. Sleep well. Avoid stress as much as possible. Let nothing spoil your mood. Then some people also recommend you eat chocolate, you eat some fruits like avocado, like banana, like watermelon. That it improves libido. You can try them. Sex is important in marriage. Don't joke with it. When you notice the fire is going down, fire it up. It's very important. You need to deliberately put yourself in the mood to make things work. My next point is that please don't fight dirty unless you know that you want to damn everything. In some relationship, you can never be good enough for a wrong person. I know some men are ready to fight dirty, and this is very, very unhealthy. Don't enter into the same fighting ring with him. When he is extremely angry and is saying those nonsense from his mouth, please, it's better you keep quiet. Someone says, never mix bad words with bad mood. If your husband cannot control himself, please control yours. If the wife cannot control herself, you man control yourself. My next point is that some of you are extremely jealous. As a woman, you have not caught your husband red-handed just because you heard the voice of another lady at the end of the call. You are already angry. You started misbehaving. You changed your attitude towards him. And your husband may be a clean guy. Please reduce your level of jealousy. Don't make your jealousy unhealthy. Please watch it that you are not the cause of your husband's unhappiness. My last point is also very important. You as a woman, this is what you will do. You need to make your husband look at you. Now, there's a difference between seeing you and looking at you. Looking at you means that he's paying attention. And this reminds me of the story of a man I had some years ago. This guy used to have side chick, and he was moving from Ibadan to Abeokuta to meet his side chick for the weekend. Unfortunately for him, as he was driving out of Ibadan, his car had a problem, and he had to park and called on a mechanic to come and fix the car. While the mechanic was fixing the car, he had some music very close by, and he decided to leave the son and just enter the auditorium. Then it was full gospel businessmen fellowship. He just sat down there just to while away time, but something struck him there. He came to his senses. What exactly was he doing? Where was he going to? Traveling from one city to another to meet a girl while he left his wife at home. Right from there, after the mechanic fixed his car, he drove back home, and he said something that the moment he got home, he started crying because he looked into his wife's face and he was crying. And the wife was asking, "Why are you crying, my dear? Please make him look into your eyes. You may have to dance for him. You may have to wind your waist for him. It works. Men are moved by what they see. Usually they only see, they don't look. They don't pay attention, they don't watch. Make him pay attention to your face, to your eyes, to your nose, to your lips. Make him pay attention to your breast. Make him pay attention to your waist. It is important. It works. I know that you have the ability to do this. That is why I'm telling you. Be deliberate about practicing some of these things. No matter how difficult the man is, except he never loved you for once. Even if he never loved you for once, as long as you are not his arch enemy, you can still make things work. Please click on the subscribe button if you are yet to subscribe to my channel. Also click on the notification bell beside subscribe button to get my subsequent videos. I will also appreciate you commenting on my videos in case you have suggestions or you have your own experiences you want to share.